It's longer time. Yay! Lager time. Poems, stories, and thoughts. By me, Paul Cree. Who else?
Well. Greetings, bonjour, what's happening? Welcome to Lager Time. Welcome back to Lager Time. Welcome back to me. Welcome back to you, whoever you are. My name is Paul Cree. Lager Time is a little podcast and blog sometimes where I just share bits of things that I'm working on, poems, stories, music. At least that's what it was. Started back in October 2021, I think, if I remember rightly, and then I took a year out. So in case anyone's interested, there is a little piece I put up on the Substack explaining why. No major reason, but I felt I wanted to not do any of my own creative projects, which sounds strange because this is what I love doing. Because it means so much to me. I had a lot of work this year and last year, and there was a lot of things going on as well. There's been a few changes in my life, uh, and it takes up a lot of time doing this stuff, as much as I love doing it. So, so yeah, in that year, me and my wife have moved back to London. So we were in Kent, Maidstone for 4 years, and we came back to London in the summer. There's been various things going on at home, all good stuff, working towards the future. And I've also been very busy with work this year. So I've not been completely creatively inactive. One of the projects I've worked on for the last 4.5 years, Dream Arts Rep. So it's a drama and music project, and we make a show every year and tour it. And part of my work is writing the script and all the music. So I've been doing that a lot. We had a big tour this year, and then we're just in the throes of writing the new one. But funnily enough, I'm actually stepping down from that project. We had our show last night, which we do every December. It's always like the first sharing, but it's also my last one, so I was actually quite emotional. So, but today feels right to pick back Lager Time back up. So it has been a busy year, and I was thinking a lot about sacrifice. Can I sacrifice something which means so much to me, which is doing this stuff? I've consistently written things, whatever they are, lyrics, stories, theatre bits, or whatever, since I was 17, and there's probably not been a week gone by when I haven't done that, and that's not an exaggeration. So taking a year away, and it wasn't even a year; it was like a bit less than a year. But I don't know. It was like it felt weird. But what I hoped was that when I come back, I'm gonna be hungry, and I'm hungry. And I've been putting together another file of little short poems and some other bits, which I hope to use Lager Time to share. So what I want for Lager Time now is the episodes to be quite short, quite raw, not too polished. Me sharing a few poems and maybe a bit of music. That's only is my plan for the time being. And then what I want to do next year, once I can figure out how to do it, is uh, start putting out small little books, little self-published things, small little collections of some of what I'm doing. That's the idea. Large up Dan Cockrell, who's a poet from London who I know who does something similar. And then also music. I've been sitting on this EP, more 64s of Boredom, for about 2 years now. But I'm going to record it, or some of it is already recorded, but I'm going to mix it and put it out in the new year. And I'm going to do one of those tracks today. So here's the format. I'm going to do probably 3 or 4 poems, do some music, and that is it, mate. We are done. All right. And then hopefully that's how it will run from now on. Well, it's not really an issue, a matter of hope. It's a matter of me actually doing it. I just want to keep things simple. All right. So when I was doing Lager Time, some of it was really good in that big learning process, but it would take ages. I was really trying to mix stories and add in sound effects and the recording process, all of that. But it's been really useful because this year also one of the things I've done is I've just submitted an audiobook that I recorded, not one of mine, it's written by someone else. But that took like 6 months to record it and then to edit it, because I was doing it part-time, and we moved house in that time, right? It shouldn't normally take that long, but it was a massive learning curve. But all the stuff I've done on Lager Time, recording and producing, and are all skills that I've built up really doing this. So it has been useful. But anyway, I'm very happy to be back. I hope you are all well out there in Lager Time, whoever you are. This may well just be to myself, but it's all right. I'm happy to be doing it again. So, few poems, bit of music, bish bash bosh. We're done, mate. All right. Okay, so poem number 1, Life Affirming Moments, Part 2. Was walking back from the gym when some white boy in a tracksuit suddenly sprung out that corner shop, the one sunk in the wall like a cash machine. Had to break step, almost lost my footing. Proper string, this kid. Looked about 15. His head darts sharp to the left, up the end of the street, where 2 other lads are stood on the corner, waiting. Kid in front of me holds aloft 2 plastic carrier bags, loaded with beers, like 2 prize scouts from a battle. He bowls towards his mates, and upon reaching the corner, they excitedly look inside the magic plastic sacks, one of them pulling out a can and kissing it as if his team just won the FA Cup, whilst he warmed the bench. White boy walks off, shoulders swinging, mates in tow, victorious, a hero. For now. Wouldn't be surprised if later that night he got lucky again. Fair play, mate. Right, there you go. Some of these I might have done on here before in past episodes. I've basically been putting a file together of all my shorter ones. And some of these are a few years old. Some of them are a lot fresher than that. But yeah, so as the weeks go by, I'll drip feed them on here, see how they go, see what they sound like. So that was written when I was living in Maidstone. Now back from Maidstone, back in London. Good times, good times. Okay, this next one. I don't know where I was when I wrote this. Probably in Maidstone, but I'm not sure. Every day is a festival. Sometimes this living gig feels like one of those festival goers I sometimes see, making their way to the fields on foot, down winding country lanes, massive backpack taking up 2/3 of their body, various bits swinging off it, pots and pans, sleeping bag, roll mat, wellies. All the while carrying a box of beers with carrier bags hooked on their arms. They're vaguely moving in what they probably think is the right direction, yet one slight stumble and they're on their arse struggling to get back up, like an upturned woodlice trying to flip back over. And they don't even know if it will rain. All right, so yeah, something I've been thinking a lot is life in general, but also death. Weirdly, but no, it's not weird. Maybe it's just normal. I'm at an age now where I'm probably over halfway in my life career, in my stint. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about life and death and those types of things. Okay, last orders. This is another older one. Snuck 3 pints in on a flash visit to Stratford. Been a good 6 months since we last clinked glasses. We talked COVID, the misery and the mundane, double standards and the doubling down, the deficit and the despair, being ignored and moaning too much. We laughed a lot, swore a lot, laughed at other mates, raised a glass to their names, powered down the last pint like it might be a last. It could well be. Who knows when we'll get to do it again. Yeah, so that was lockdown times. Maybe one of the times when we got let out for a bit. Those weird like socializing times where no one was quite sure what to do, and I hated it. Still think about it a lot. It is what it is. It was done. All right, here's one I'm pretty sure I have read on here before, but I've edited it somewhat. It's called Fingers on the Buzzer. It's another Maidstone poem. I like my morning read. Don't like being disturbed. Focus is finite. There's already enough noise inside my head. don't need any more. Missus is away. Dogs are away. Just me, my thoughts, a book, and a tea, and whatever peripheral street sounds are coming in through the window. Summer's in, mate. Back door ajar, washing out, breakfast done. Let's get down to business. I'm trying to get into this book about employment. So far, it's touched on Marxism and unions and neoliberalism. Just touches that punch like blows to my brain. I have to really concentrate, take my time, rereading paragraphs, try to make it make sense. Got the usual internal racket distracting me with nonsense, throwing me off. Some fly buzzes in, this thick black one moving like a pinball one, and some fly buzzes in, this thick black one moving like a pinball on amphetamines. Oh, it's a hard line to say that. Notoriously difficult to catch. They drive my wife round the bend. She zaps them with this barely legal tennis racket that produces a small electric shock like a whimsical execution amusement ride at a 1950s Butlins. Me, I'm not so bothered by them, usually. Today, though, it's the final distraction, tipping my focus over the edge to a place I know oh so well, where faded bits of homework barely started, funding forms and unborn projects have a permanent home in some sweaty purgatory of shame and failure. The little prick has my full focus now. I'm willing it towards the window. Go on, son, do one. The thing is so erratic, it just bounces off the glass and pings straight back in the opposite direction. What's your objective here, mate? Where are you going? What are you trying to do? Lay eggs? Bite something? Bang something? What is it this prick wants? Are you a proxy agent working for my wife? Sending detailed surveillance notes about my activities? Or lack of? No, can't be. My wife would never fraternize with the enemy. Her principles are titanium, as is her stubbornness. Look at this noisy prick. That's a lot of sound for a tiny black blob. Just go away, mate. Please. Just go. The thing stops on the wall. I look at it. To be fair, it is a bit nuts in an interesting way. This hairy black blob nipping through the air like an Apache helicopter over a busy airbase prepping for war. It's quite amazing, actually. Defying gravity like that. Fair play, you annoying fuzzy prick. It heads towards the window again. Makes it this time. Through the crack and now into freedom. And just like that, peace is restored. I feel good. Relief at last. Right, there you go. So there's a few poems. I'm gonna whack a beat on, but I've just realised I need the lyrics. So I'm just searching on my phone. But this is generally how it's gonna work. So I'm gonna do a track, which is also a couple of years old, which I made a YouTube video for. It's called Toy Cars, but it will be on the EP that I want to put out called More 64s of Boredom, which is a second EP following on from Raw 64s of Boredom, which I released during lockdown. So really, each track, the lyrics are 64 bars long. It's just one massive mega verse. I love rapping, as I've probably said on here before. It's what I like doing. And like, I love choruses and all of that stuff. But, sometimes I just like barring. Yeah. Okay, we're almost there. He says, it's here somewhere. Posting the machine. That's annoying. Oh, there we go. I had it on another screen, but when I was practicing just now, the screen didn't quite work. But let me just fire this up. Let's get going, all right? Here we go. Toy Cars 64. You know what we're doing. More 64s of boredom. Ever ready, never heavy, we're readies. Everywhere's the crown, king of the teddies. Scatty like the scarlet lead, missing from the telly. Fuzzy, funny, no money, living on tip. Credit facilities facilitate a feeling of bliss. Living in a moment, moment to moment. The future's my opponent and I'm dark in his fist. The it's harder than a father with sadistic kicks. I want a simplistic fix for complicated dish. A cake about the calories, a house about the bricks. Expect 6, consistently roll 2s. Choose life like they want you to without a Scooby-Doo. Who are you, who am I, why lie about your views? Right, left, right, I feel confused. But I keep on marching through the marshes of this street. Survive like the Irish do, like the fighters do. In the field of death and ride, trying to write my point of view. But I feel I don't belong, so I play my little tune. Fiddler on the roof, getting loose on the booze. He's got a pen, phone the boys in blue, he's a danger too. Like a kangaroo destined for dog food, bitten off more than I could chew, choking on my own thoughts. Curse my own thought, mouth full of raw pork. Think big like pig bladder to big sport. 1 foot in the grave, mud on my Air Max. No dirt on my name when I declare tax. My returns could fit in a slim bum bag. Fun fact, been a dreamer since fun facts. Looking out the window, scribbling the conversation. A little dick of balls to stifle the conversation. And nothing like a good walk followed by a big yawn. So bored with school, it spawned my frustration. It sent my imagination into overdrive. That overtime, nighttime when I couldn't sleep, I'd lay awake thinking about what people thought of me as if they had time. They were rearing Tamagotchis, swinging with the sea monkey, swimming in the forest, monkey see monkey doing the do with all the wrong uns. Graduated of honours, now I'm a scholar. I had tolerant a tolerance, honest your honor. Looking in the mirror, one of life's beginners, I wanna be clinical finisher. Shiro or lyrical minus the Twitter platitudes alluding to grandstand. On a bandstand, filling space full of filler. Allowed DIY cause I'm CDIM, can't do it myself unless you want a shelf bent. Men on doing my own heading, trying to use the drill on the wrong setting. Where's it heading? Where's it going? I don't know. My 5-year plan became a 5-month plan, became a 5-minute plan about 5 minutes ago, and I've already deviated like a teen of a phone on the low, trying to figure it out. So hold it down, should have figured it out by now. Better late than never. I'm still dreaming about putting gutters and trees and racing toy cars to the bottom, regardless of Tesla, or riding the Volks train on Brighton seafront and back and forth talk shit thicker than tree trunks. A repeat like BBC reruns. Who cares long as there's air up in these lungs? These times, these hive minds are refried. They lack dreams and beans that got 9-5. Walked outside and high-fived my hindsight. Made peace and walked towards a bright light. There you go. Toy Cars, 64 bars. Coming out on more 64s of boredom, all going well in the new year. It's good to be back. Thank you very much for listening to Lager Time. It's been great. Hope life is good. I aim to do another one of these before Christmas, but we'll see, mate. Either way, it's been great. It's good to be back. Peas and taters. Cool.
It's Lager Time. Yay! Lager Time. Poems, stories and thoughts. By me, Paul Cree. Who else?